Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Beverly Fells Jones Show. And let me tell you, I am the Silver Fox of Consciousness because this show and all of my shows are designed to help you take command of your life through the power of your mind. I am sharing all kinds of wonderful things with you that I learned as I learned them, and sometimes long after I learned them, but it's time to share them with you. The better understanding that I have of the process or the concept or the idea, then I share it with you so that you can learn and become a better law of attraction person, a better person in the way you think, help you change your mind, change your life, change your world, because I want you to change your thoughts. So, have you noticed, if you've been listening to me for a while, there was no intro today? No, but there's music in the background. Anyway, however, that intro has been so old. The information is the same, but I'm going to get around and doing a new intro. I might even have somebody come on and do a special man voice intro. I doubt it, but it could be. Anyhow, welcome to the show. Let me tell you some exciting things that are happening with me. I have been doing a soul searching, just like Napoleon-Hill tells us to do in Chapter 7 of Think and Grow Rich. I've been doing a soul searching, and I have not been living up to my own potential. And I let you know that. I have not. And, I'm of an age where I want to just sit down sometimes and watch television and just relax. I get tired quicker because I'm not in my 20s anymore. So I haven't been doing things, and I haven't set up a structure for myself. And so I've set up a structure because I want to share with you as much as possible before I do my transition, whenever that is. So here's the deal. Mondays, Spreaker. We will upload an audio to Spreaker, which will also go to YouTube. I'm not going to say the time, even though my picture says 9 a.m. I'm working to make sure that it's there at 9 a.m. But I'm one of these people that, unless it's someplace I have to be at a certain time, like I'm going to be doing a speech, or I'm going to listen to something, or I'm going to the movies, I want to be free flowing. All right. Like when I go camping, I can choose to go walking in the woods, or I can go sightseeing, or I can, or like cooking. I can say, what's in the refrigerator? I'm going to cook that today. That's the type of person I am. So I'm just going to promise Mondays is the Spreaker upload, right? Tuesdays, now this is new. On YouTube, I will be doing manifesting days, and manifesting Napoleon-Hill is Tuesday. We will talk about Napoleon-Hill and the things that he talked to us about, and about his book Think and Grow Rich and Laws of Success, and those kinds of things. Wednesday, this is all YouTube now. Wednesday is going to be my normal eclectic alchemy. It could be cooking, it could be sewing, it could be gardening, it could be going camping, it could be making a trip, it could be me speaking somewhere. We don't know. But that's an open day, right, for us to do things. Thursday, manifesting Thursday. Thursday is Jose-Silva and ultramind-esp, the things that I've learned from him and his teaching, and my being an ultramind-esp certified instructor. We're going to talk more about that. That's Thursday. Friday, Manifesting Friday, is Neville-Goddard. So we'll talk about Neville-Goddard. Now, some of these people you have never heard of. So let me say, Napoleon-Hill, early 1900s to about 1950s, okay? Jose-Silva, 1950s, late 1950s to when he passed in 1999. And Neville-Goddard, 1920s until he passed in 1973. You ask me, why do I use these guys? Why am I talking about these guys? Why am I not talking about other folks? Well, it's because these three men have helped change the world of thought and have taught us how to manifest. Now, when I start talking about me and the things that I've created, so this day, Spreaker Day, I kind of combine them all because Neville-Goddard teaches one piece. Jose-Silva gets you even deeper into how your subconscious mind works and how you can increase your psychic ability. And I guarantee that if you take the Ultramind course by Sunday night, you will be able to do things you never thought you could do, but you have the ability to do. And Napoleon-Hill is more in the corporate space, in the business space, on how to make money. However, all three of these gentlemen are related. I will be bringing in, when I'm talking about these guys, other people. You know, Ralph Waldo Trine is one of the people I've talked about, and I've been going through his writings. Hanel, and then there's Shin. She is just magnificent. So I use all of these people from way back when, because when I read their works, I get a complete picture of how we should be and what we should do and how we should think and how should we ask for what we want in this world. I am just really excited because just by just doing Spreaker and talking to you each week, I'm only giving you a little tip. Yes, I offer classes. I do the Napoleon-Hill masterclass. I called it a book study, but it's not really a book study. It is a masterclass on learning about Napoleon-Hill and what he does. And you'll be seeing posts on how to join me in that class. Jose-Silva, ultramind-esp, I do in a live class. And why do I do that? Because I want you in the room and I talk about being in your presence and how our energies of our bodies are blended and exchanged in such a way that we help each other. And I actually mentally help you learn the material. And Neville-Goddard, I'm telling you, he helps me with that decision on how to do this thing within the meditation process. You know, at the end of each of his lectures, he would always say, "Now let us go into silence." That was meditation. And as we talk about the things that we need to do mentally, you will learn more and more. You will be a walking law of attraction guru? I won't say guru. Expert. Authority. Because I'm going to share this information with you. And if you need more help, you know I'm going to be available for you. So here on Spreaker, there's only so much I can put into the information. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to meetup.commandingyourlife.com. That's meetup, meetup.commandingyourlife.com. There you will be able to sign up for my meetup group, and that's where I put my trainings and the things that I'm doing locally so that you can be able to sign up for them or to sign on. And on the third Wednesday of the month, right now it's at 9 p.m. Central Time, but I think I'm going to change it to 8 p.m., but you'll see that if you're part of Meetup in order to become a part of that. I have a Meetup group, a group on Facebook, but it is not active. I put it out there years ago, And you can find it. You can find my Facebook fan page, which is Commanding Your Life, right? Or you can friend me at Beverly Fells Jones. I'm on Eventbrite. You can find me as Beverly Fells Jones as an event presenter, or just Google me. I'm also on LinkedIn, so I'll be posting some things there. But what I want you to know is that new things are coming. And one of the new things is I will be doing a new intro to this podcast. So that's the new things. So I know I haven't done this yet. And today's podcast is going to be rather short. But I want you to, if you're driving, pull over or skip through this section. If you're operating machinery, stop, because I want you to take a few moments and relax. This is for your relaxation. This is helping you just mentally be able to take a minute or two during the middle of your day and just relax your body. Relax. Take deep breaths in and out. And concentrate on your breathing. If a thought comes into your head, recognize that thought and swipe it to the left. You could even use your fingers and swipe the thought to your left. I like that. Just kind of erase it off of your mind. Feel how peaceful that is, and just feel the muscles in your body just begin to just let go. Just let your muscles feel like jello. You know, I don't want you to slump in your chair, but I just want you to lean back in your chair, or, you know, wherever you are, whatever seat you are, not lying in bed because you might fall asleep. You'll get so relaxed. Yes. And just know that there is a power and presence in the universe that is part of all of us and everything, and gives us the ability to think, to act, to walk, to talk, to dream, to ask, to create. This power and presence is infinite intelligence. It has given us our creative abilities. Whatever you choose to call this power and presence, choose so out of your own desires. I have chosen to call this power and presence infinite intelligence because it knows all and is the creator of everything. And the creator of us. Relax. And know that you can call upon this power and presence whenever you desire. You call upon this power and presence every time you think a thought of desire. Speak words over yourself. And sometimes you think and speak things that you really do not want. And so, when you do that, just utter the words, cancel, cancel. No, I do not want that. So let's cancel that desire, cancel that order. Relax. Boy, you know your heart rate should slow down. Your blood pressure should be relaxing. Okay, you can stay in this state as I continue on, but I'm going to say I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll be wide awake, feeling fine, feeling better than before. 1, 2, 3. Silently, mentally repeat after me. Every day, in every way, I am better, better, and better. Negative thoughts or images have no power over me at any level of the mind. And it is so. 4, 5, wide awake, feeling fine, feeling better than before. So today's topic is the power of creative thought. I kind of talked about it earlier as I announced some changes and things that are going to be happening. And so let's start with, and I'm going to use one of today's thought leaders, Tony Robbins. He has said, the only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. So what is that story you continue to tell yourself each and every day? Many times you are asked the question about who you are, what do you believe, how are you feeling today? And you use the term, I am. Because when you use the term I am, you are making a declaration of who you are and what you believe and how you react. I am well. I am feeling great. I am really loving this new restaurant that we're going to. I am. Every time you use the I am statement, you are using the power of thought to shape your personal universe. Thought power is one of the overlooked, or I should say, underserved concepts when planning your life or setting your goals. It is in your head all the time. You always have some thoughts. You know, you've heard that somewhere between 60 and 80,000 thoughts we have each day. Now, there's only 84,400 seconds in a day. My question has been, who did the counting? And how? How did they count your thoughts? It's just a good guess. You know, did they say, okay, every time you have a thought, mark it down? Well, if you're having 70, 80,000 thoughts, that's one about almost every second. And what are these thoughts that you're having? Oh, boy, it must be nice outside. Oh, that's a dirty floor. Oh, that fly. I don't like that fly. Do you like mosquitoes? Mosquitoes, I can't go outside because there's mosquitoes out there and they eat me up. Oh, look at the sky, it's blue. I mean, you've got all kinds of thoughts going on. Or I can never do that. Cancel that thought. I can do that. Or my mother will never let me. Or my husband, or my girlfriend, or my wife will, whatever. But, what am I cooking for dinner today? Oh, the travel home from work is going to be this. You understand the kind of thoughts you're having? They're not always about you per se. It might be about the things you've got to do, or the things you dread doing, or the things you absolutely love doing, right? There's a lot of things. I don't know how many thoughts you may have per day. What I do know is that what you think affects your personal universe long time. So I hope you got that. I hope you understand that. Let me talk about something happened years ago. There was a secretary at IBM, young girl. And you may have seen, what was that called? It wasn't Baby Boom. Working Girl. Right? Working Girl. Some of you may have seen the movie, some of you have not, but they had this look of the secretaries of the secretarial pool. They chewed gum, their hair was all frizzed, their clothes were the latest hip-hop styles and, short skirts or, tight sweaters, and you get the picture, right? And garish makeup, heavy makeup. And the one girl was really smart, and she knew the business, and she knew how business worked, and she had studied, she was going to school, and she had studied about acquisitions and mergers and all that kind of stuff. Well, she had an opportunity to put that information to work. And the first thing she did was change her dress. She started dressing like her boss. Why'd she do that? Because from being the lowly secretary and sitting and dressing in that manner to dressing like her boss, she became more credible. All right. So let's talk about thought. When people meet you and see you, and how are you dressed? How do you carry yourself? What do you say? How do you speak? Because they have an impression of you. They have a thought about you. And so therefore you need to create the impression of who you are, who you want them to be. So talking about the secretary, she was like those secretaries, and she started dating this gentleman. Now, we younger folks were having a fit because this gentleman was like 20 years her senior. So this is a 22-year-old dating a 42-year-old. Now, it's not quite so unusual today, but back then it was. Anyway, she started dating him, and it just so happened he was a CFO of a huge department store in Pittsburgh called Horns. Now, Horns has got sold down, went to Lazarus, and Lazarus was bought by somebody else, and it's probably in the Macy's or, one of those stores now. But it was one of those top-of-the-line stores, and he was CFO. Now, that wasn't his title back then. It was more like treasurer or whatever, but now it's CFO. Anyway, they started dating. Her dress changed a little bit. The quality of her clothes got better. Of course, he was at Horns. She could shop at Horns, right? But then they got married, and she quit her job, and she went away, and she came back about a year later when she was, after she'd been married a year, and came back to have lunch with some of the girls. Well, hell, we could barely recognize her. Her hair was styled in the sophisticated upper echelon type of hairstyle. Okay? Very traditional, very calm, very flattering to her face. So she had a stylist that styled her hair based on her face and her features and the impression she wanted to give. Her clothes were immaculate. But what changed was the way she spoke, the way she walked, the way she talked. It was just like, who are you, right? Well, what happened is he sent her to finishing school. I mean, he invested his money. He said, you're going to be my wife. I love you, but you can't be like this around my people. So I'm sending you to finishing school. And she began to think in the manner that the people that she was around thought. Her I am statement about who she was changed. So we've heard many quotes about thought, and yet many of us fail to really understand what we are being told. And if we begin to understand, we're not quite sure how we are to control it or what we can do to make the change. There are many things, many quotations. We've heard the quotation from Napoleon-Hill, and it's basically about, what a man believes, he thinks and he believes he can achieve. Again, the I am, the power of creative thought. How many times have you created something? You made a drawing, or if you were out in the garden and you created a space, a place for flowers or vegetables or something in your garden. If you're like me, I'm a quilter and I've created quilts, my own patterns. And I've used the patterns of other people, but the way I use fabric was totally different, so it made it look differently. Creative thought. Have you thought about writing? Have you ever written a poem? Have you ever written an essay? If you went to school, you had to write an essay. You had to do a book report. Creative thought. You've had it. But you also need creative thought in order to move your mind, your thought, to the level that you want to be. See, I don't push anybody to go fast and furious and reach for the moon. You might not feel like reaching for the moon. You might want to go to Jupiter, or you just want to make it down the street to that next job that pays a little bit more money. It's up to you what you want to reach for, but you have to be able to say, I am worthy of that job. I am capable of doing that job. I am hungry. I have the desire for that job. You have to deal with that I am. And you've got to make the change for that I am. Neville-Goddard, who I told you we're going to have Neville-Goddard Fridays, told a story. But in that story, he made a statement. And he said, you must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in life is an investment. So every minute of time, you're either spending or investing. And my question is, are you spending it on negative thoughts? Are you spending it on negative I ams and coming out with negative returns? Change it. Neville continues and says, what I do now is the all-important thing, and thought is the coin of heaven. It is the money of heaven. So that's thought. Understand that. And so the thought I entertain now, the thought to which I consent, must be made manifest. And when it is manifest, it is only that state of consciousness made visible, coming to bear witness of the state on which I abided. So what he's basically saying is that thought now, what you concentrate on, what you think about, what you daydream about. And when you daydream, a lot of times you're daydreaming and you feel the energy and the emotion of being in that daydream. Because a lot of times those dreams, we are dreaming big. We're dreaming what we want to dream. We are dreaming about how we want things to be. So therefore, do the work of listening to yourself every day and listening to yourself with the I am. Whenever you answer with the statement, I am, what is following that statement? Because every time you say a word, every time you talk about yourself, you're saying a prayer. Remember that. Put that in your mind. Never forget it. You are saying a prayer. And when you are saying that prayer, you are saying who you want to be. I am Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. What I do is I help you take command of your life through the power of your mind. That's who I am. I am the person who's going to help you make the changes that you need. But it's based on your thought, helping you to change those thoughts, helping you to use your thoughts for creative thought, for creative power. So remember, just check your words. If you find yourself saying something that is negative that you do not want, cancel that order, cancel that prayer, cancel. I do not want that. Okay, we've got a Think and Grow Rich Masterclass coming up in September. So be sure to go to meetup.commandingyourlife.com so when I post the class, you can get in the beginning. We will have a early bird special for getting into the class. Right now, I think I've got it on my calendar for September the 18th to begin. That's a Wednesday night, whatever that Wednesday night is. An early bird special is going to be $249. On August the 19th, which is 1 month before the class starts, the price will go to $399. And then 2 weeks before the class, it will go to $599. So I'd say get enrolled early so that you can learn more and more and more about how you can change your thought pattern and the way you speak and the way you daydream, and you will be able to realize your dreams. Thank you for listening today. Please share the link to this show with your friends and family so that they can learn how to be the best that they can be. Visit my website at commandingyourlife.com and follow me on Facebook. Have any suggestions for the show? Just contact me by emailing Beverly at commandingyourlife.com. Be sure to join me on the next episode. As you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so.